All right, y'all. So we about to get this ball rolling. What's up, India? Just getting in. I see you. What's up, Founder? Appreciate you joining in. Master Trader as well. Appreciate everybody joining in. So real quick, what I am gonna do, always, I think it's important to always do a back office walkthrough. Period. Okay, really just getting in. I know we're still getting some updates in the back office. So if you have some new members that may still be in the holding tank, because we are doing a lot of updates that we have going on right now. So many new features are going to be included with the trade alerts. The company is also creating an app, so everything can be branded straight from the company. We wouldn't have to use Telegram anymore, which actually will stop a lot of people who are inactive currently right now or getting free trade alerts. Right, the company wants to again keep their profits so we can make sure we're getting our residuals. But just quickly looking at the overview, get familiar with your back office, ladies and gentlemen. As you guys can see here, it simply just goes over, where are your people from? United States of America. The people who have joined me, all 12 of y'all, are from the U.S. Right? I do have some people coming from Nigeria that's been looking at. I need to follow up, as well as Australia, because this is a global business that we have. Anything we do trading or marketing online allows us to have a global business. Here as well, once you get placed, you're actually going to get your referral link. This is what you're going to send to, your new partners or other partners who want to join you, so they can get in as well with our discounted price of only $100. As well, and then you can build your 3 and free, also build up if even more if you choose to do so. Here's our trade alerts. Okay, I know we have some trades in right now, but if you took that Euro USD last night, you were up 48 pips. All USD is still pending. It's probably about negative about three pips. So not much still in position to make a move. GBP all got a 16. NZD USD got a 63 pips. All JPY 63. Another 16 here, and we had 2 losses out of the last 8. So out of the last 8, we are 7-1. Well, 6-1 and 1 pending right now. So that's not a bad success rate at all. So 506 wins versus 239 losses. I think this is phenomenal as we look at it, because we have the potential to make a whole lot of moves. Our educational platform, and one thing too that I wanted to update, if you're on 11 o'clock call, through all this transition, the transition is happening because our company is growing. And the beauty of being in this business, in this company right now, is that we're in the beginning stages, right? To the point, yes, we are maybe getting some slight bumps and bruises when it comes to inconsistency in the back office, is because it's overloading. So many new people are joining, the systems are overloading, and we have to ensure that we're, coming together, building the right way so our infrastructure can hold the thousands of people that we plan on, introducing to here as well, and also improving our educational platform, okay? And what I mean by increasing the educational platform, let's look at forex, for example, right? And a lot of people come here because they want to also learn how to trade stocks. Okay, so right now we have forex and cryptocurrency as well, but I'm going to look at commodities, which has not updated yet. As you guys can see, it's still empty there, but we're going to get the updated education on the commodities, the stocks, the indices, and also other technical analysis as well. So we're not only going to be able to learn how to trade forex, but we're going to have stock charts as well that we're going to soon be able to learn and trade as well. And guess what? The price is not going to change, right? You're locked in right now to that $99. It's not going to go up no matter how many new features we get included. We're all going to have that same price again, which is wonderful. I think that's the most phenomenal thing about this. Out of all platforms, it's only $100, right? So our live sessions, I have been able to actually go back and listen to some of the recordings, again, because of the back office and not having new updates until July 6th right now. There's only about 4 more days You know, when we get our new back office and new infrastructure, we're going to actually see this continue. So I'm going to actually have my own personal training here in a second. Okay. Our fundamental analysis, you know, this is just something you want to get used to reading. Okay. You know, get used to reading and understanding the news, right? Because certain cuts, certain news actually impacts the dollar. You know, if Russia is planning to, you know, attack Japan or vice versa, you know, that means the Great Britain pound, the exchange rate could be going down, whereas the Japanese yen could be going up based on if they feel or the news states they may have an upper hand, if that makes sense. You know, so just throwing that out there. Also our market forecast. Guys, you can see here, you know, it basically goes over a few pairs for the week. Let's look at gold real quick, right? I love gold. I save gold as well. I'm outside of trading forex, you know, so that's important to always diversify, you know, your income. And as you can see here, and this is what I'm gonna kind of show you guys today, really how to create these levels of support, you know, to see where the market is going and see the possibilities of the market. And that's what the forecast does, almost just like a weather forecast, you know, basically explaining, hey, in the next 7 days, a 60% chance likely to rain. It's not giving you a 100% chance. So it's also 40% that it could not rain. The sun could shine, right? You know, that's basically what we do because there are no guarantees in our market. What we do is look at our technical analysis that we're doing here, our market forecast, our fundamental analysis, and basically making a educated guess of the market going in direction. And all we need to be is right 7 out of 10 times, and that can be profitable. But actually with proper risk management, you can go 50% and actually still be in profits if you're utilizing the proper risk management. Now let's look at rank analysis. This is for those individuals who are looking to take it to another level, right? To get your 3 and free, or to even go to the point I like to call the point of no return, in a sense, you know, of going to 500 per month, or even night, or then going to a Noble at $1,000 per month. You have the ability to do so, you know, and that additional income is just money you can now add, you know, to your brokerage account to grow your account, you know, and learning the skill set. Okay. Here's our network, right? And here your network, you're going to see your network explorer. You're going to be able to see your downline members, also your genealogy tree, you know, so basically you'll be able to look at your legs. What I like to do as well, personally, to make sure I can help and see everyone, to see who needs their 3, you know, so if I get a new member, hey, can I plug this person here to help out this person? I like to actually use my whiteboard, right? So if this is something you're serious about, you definitely want to get a whiteboard or some type of board you can write on to keep your visual there. And also your holding tank users, that's when, you know, new people come in and you haven't placed them yet, you know, they will be there. Also, here are your settings. You always want to have your alert settings on so you can make sure you're getting the emails from the company. Make sure your payment and your card is updated as well. For a few reasons, you want to make sure you can pay your subscription on time with no interruptions. You also want to make sure, you know, you're able to actually get your profits and residuals, you know, once you start hitting those ranks as well. Here's your subscription, right? Again, card details, member support, of course, any kind of support that you may need, you know, from the team, and of course, what? The ability to log out. Okay. You know, so that really just goes into the back office. So hopefully, you know, everybody got some value from that needed it, you know, that's kind of new or still needed that refresher, you know, because sometimes it's important to just go in the back office and, you know, mess around, you know, look at stuff, look through new things to see what may be important. Are there any comments, questions, or concerns that anyone may have about the back office, or anything you may want to see in the back office that I did not show by chance? Cool. I'm going to take silence as everybody got that. Okay, so hopefully now you got your pen and paper, because this is exactly where I like to go. And I want to thank Josh for reaching out to me, Mr. Humble himself, as I like to call him, reaching out for me to really just talk about, you know, some things we can do as a team and do team together activities. And this is really going to be one, especially now that the back office is going to be going through some updates. What I want to basically talk about is a few things. I want to talk about pips, pairs, and I want to talk about lots, okay? And what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually bring up a small presentation on pips, pairs, and lots. Hopefully it comes up before I actually get this up for us, but I'm going to look at Great Britain Pound USD, you know, as well. And I'm going to look at some pips, pairs, some lots as well, and kind of go through it. By chance, does anybody want to come off mute and basically tell me what is a pip?
The pip is the smallest possible change of exchange price, right?
That's correct. Absolutely. Good stuff.
Already.
Yeah. You doing your
Yeah,
homework. I
Keith.
like that. I like that.
Already.
Cool. Anybody else want to come off mute and tell me what is a pair?
A pair is basically the currency that you choose to trade.
Right. Absolutely. Like we're looking at now, the pair is GBP USD. Great Britain Pound USD is the pair. Absolutely. Anybody else? Let me see who else we got up here. Quinn, you want to come off mute and tell me what is a lot size? If you're in a place to do so.
I can. Only thing I can tell you is like I guess it's the size of the I can't even explain it, bro. It's like the size of
The risk you were willing to take, right?
yeah, basically.
I like the.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So I think that was Ms. Perkins who came in and assisted. I appreciate you. But yeah, it's basically
That was DJ.
your risk, in a sense, you know, your risk per pip.
Right.
That's what your lot size, you know, is, or what we're looking at. And I'm going to briefly go over that. So it's going to be important that you guys, you know, one, pay attention, and also this is being recorded. So the recording will be out as well. And I'm trying to do it as efficient and as slow as possible because I want to make sure everyone can digest this. Okay. So let's first look at, give me a second, right? Let's look at the currency pair, right? Or what the currency pair is, right? You know, when we look at the currency pair, as Josh was saying, it's the, you know, the basically the pair that we're looking at right here. For example, we see the euro and the USD. The pair is broken up into two parts, a base and a quote, okay? Right? So as you can see, the initial pair, the initial currency in the front is your base, and then in the currency in the back is your quote, okay? So for example, here, selling a euro. So if I'm selling euro USD, what that means is that I'm selling the euro in favor of buying the dollar, right? Which means the value in euros and dollars is going down, okay? Whereas if I buy euro USD, I'm buying the euro and selling the dollar, which means the value of dollars in euro is going up, okay? You know, and that's really, you know, how we exchange it. We're basically making a hypothesis to say, hey, the exchange rate is 1.3064. I'm going to sell, which I mean, I believe that exchange rate is going to get cheaper, right? Because nobody's traveling to Europe right now during the pandemic. So I'm going to sell. There's not many exchanges over there because there are not many people moving and traveling and exchanging money. So when the demand goes down, right, guess what? It gets cheaper, right? And I like to, you know, I kind of like to bring in hood facts, right? You know, it is what it is. It's part of my culture, right? So, you know, if you have a surplus or there's a large supply, you know, of merchandise, what happens, right? The price goes down because everyone has it, right? If the market is oversaturated, guess what? The lowest price is going to win, okay? However, when there's a drought, you know, if there's a drought and you can't find the product anywhere, guess what? The price goes up. You can basically make your own price because there's a scarcity, okay? And that's simply what we're doing. It's still basic economics, supply and demand, That's why the news is important to know, hey, okay, the price in euro could go up because this impact. Hey, they're building this new infrastructure. They're building a new cryptocurrency city, which can impact and help millions of people get access to digital wallets, which could put more money into the market. if that makes sense. So let's talk about the pip, right? The pip is a very small measure of change in a currency pair in the forex market. This is usually valued at 0.0001 for US dollar related pairs, right? Or it's 0.01 for JPY pairs, as you guys can see above, okay? So for example, from 1.3500 to 1.3501 is considered to be a 1 pip rise, because in any USD pair, we're looking at the fourth decimal to the right. Okay, does everybody see that? Hopefully everybody sees that. And for example, any JPY pair, right? It's the second number to the right of the decimal, which is the pip. For example, 98.90 to 98.91 equals 1 pip rise. Okay, right? Because we went from 98.90 to 98.91. Okay, and this is why pips are so important, because when we're utilizing our trade alerts, a lot of times we're utilizing the stop loss that comes with it, right? And a lot of times based on your risk management, right? Because everyone's going to be different. So I can only say you, I can't say all, is you really can't afford to utilize that stop loss, right? In a sense of understanding your lot size and your pips, right? And what I mean by that is, because we took a few losses here, a lot of people probably lost more money, right, overall, and are not in profit because the lack of risk management. You see what I'm saying? You know, we're putting in large lot sizes, right, with a 30 pip stop loss at a 0.03. So now we're losing $16 instead of $4. You see what I'm saying? We should only taken a $4 loss, but instead we took a $16 loss because of improper risk management, guys. And that's why it's going to be so important to, and for us to continue our educational platforms and meetings just like this as well. All right. So lot sizes. Okay. And here's another thing that's important, you know, because based on your account size, you need to know what lot size you should be utilizing, again, for proper risk management. So we're going to talk about the nano lot. See, the nano lots are considered units of base currency at 100 units. The volume is 0.001. As you guys can see, not many brokers, where majority of the brokers actually don't even allow the nano lots. I haven't seen one actually ever myself personally that I've utilized that will allow you to you know, trade pennies. Actually, the micro lot is where our normal brokers start, which is 1,000 units, which you've seen at 0.01 is usually our lowest lot size we start out with, which means that 1 pip is a 10 cents in per pip change. Okay. We also see our mini lots. Look at 0.1, okay, which is 10,000 units at base currency, which means 1 pip equals $1. Okay, so each pip that it moves, you're either gaining or losing $1 now. Okay, then your standard lots, right? This is, you know, when you really start playing with the big boys, and you're in accounts, and your account is I would say about $5,000, $10,000 or more. At this point, that's when you graduate to the standard lots. Okay, which units of base currency are considered 100,000 units. That volume is looking at 1.0, which is a $10 per pip change, right? So plus or minus 1 pip, you're either making $10 per pip or you're losing $10 per pip, okay? So let's look at the bottom here and let's talk about the power of 10 pips or even our 20 pip and dip strategy that we utilize. And why I still say, hey, you know, and I think I forgot who it was, Mr. Holmes asked the question, you know, why did some of the trades last for longer than a few days? And that's because if you look at take profit 2 and take profit 3, right, that I'm going to kind of show you in a little bit, you're actually going to see that it's going to take longer to get to these moves, and it could be going into the next day or next 2 days, right? And I look for the take profit 1 because take profit 1 is usually something you're hit within a few hours within the same day, right? And even 20 pips is cool, but I like to use this lingo I say all the time is oatmeal is better than no meal. I'd rather get 10 positive pips than get no pips trying to get to 20, and then my account retraces all the way to break even or into a negative stop loss, okay? So the power of 10 pips, right? If you're looking at a micro lot at 0.01 per pip and you gain 10 pips, you've now made $1, okay? Those same 10 pips, but now we're looking at a mini lot at $1 per pip. Those same 10 pips now will net you $10, okay? Those same exact 10 pips, just my risk level is a little bit higher, right? And I'm now at a standard lot where now I'm at a volume of 1.0, which is $10 per pip, and I move 10 pips. I've just made $100 on that same 10 pip move. And a lot of people would say, hey, well, Travis, if you're confident, in your account, why wouldn't you just go with a standard lot? And again, great question, but that will be based on your account, okay? So for example, say you have a $500 account, okay? And you're looking at going into a standard lot. Say this is an unfortunate situation where you may take a 10 pip loss, right? And in that 10 pip loss now, the difference is that my $500 account is now down to $400. So that's a 20% loss, right? That's not proper risk management. We only want to risk 1 to 3% per trade, not 10 to 20%, right? Because 1 to 3% is that proper risk management, where if I'm able to get 5 of those trades right and I lose 5 trades, right? I've only lost 3 pips per trade or $3 per trade, but on my wins, I won $7 per trade, right? So if you add that up, I'm still in the positive $4 to $5, right? Even that I've only, won 50% of the time. That's why proper risk management, again, is so key. But one thing I want to say before I get into the charts, and for everybody that's on the line, is that want shows up in conversation, but expectation shows up in behavior for Mr. Les Brown. And basically what he's saying is put up or shut up, simple as that. Don't talk about it, be about it, right? A lot of times, we want to be the master trader before we start, mentioning the program to anyone. But if your goal, if you saw a goal of yours, whether it was trading or whether it was on the network marketing side, to say, hey, I am a legend, go for it. Don't talk about it, be about it, right? A lot of times, the conversation, you're going to have the conversation with the wrong people, right? And it's unfortunate that on this journey, especially my new people who are on this journey of financial freedom, you're going to have some friends who are okay or content with the situation they're in right now. And you're going to still be able to have to love them from afar, okay? That's going to be very, very important. And hopefully everyone can, understand and somewhat attest to that, okay? So I'm going to actually close out on this. But before I do and go to the next portion of this, does anybody have any questions regarding pips, pairs, and or lots? Of course, y'all, silence is golden.
I got a question. Okay, so I won some trades yesterday, and but I noticed that I won 3 of them. I think I closed out all of them at like $7. It was 3 pairs. I'm trying to see what pair it was. And by the time I was done, I suppose it had like $21 because it was 777. At the end of my trade, at the end, I only had $7. So was it the broker that took some of my money? I'm not sure if anybody went through that before. This is my first time going through it. So I won 3 trades. I'm gonna go back to my history on my own. So history.
Yeah, and it would be hard for me to say without seeing it. And the reason why I say that is because I've seen situations where it depends on when you got into the market at what time. And because of our broker, our broker is an offshore broker, which means that it's not on Eastern Standard Time. So what had happened to me before, example, was that I put in a trade my time that was at like 4, but that's at like 11 p.m., the time where my broker is at, right? So I would get a swap fee. And a swap fee is a fee that basically you get charged when you hold trades overnight, right? And that's why I always like to go and take profit one, right? Because the longer you hold them overnight, you get a swap fee for the first night. You get another swap fee the second night, right? And so on and so on. So that could be one thing that has happened. I know it's happened to me the other day, and I noticed it. And as you can see, it's like 30 to 40 cents per trade, you know. So if you're making $7 and it's 3 trades, that could be like $4 to $5 now based on the fee. So I would have to possibly
Trav.
look at that personally. Yeah, what's up, Josh?
Hey, I think too. When I used to be with IML, I used to put my stop loss at break even, and I think sometimes when you break even, if your stop loss hit like break even, you don't lose no money, but you don't get no money either. Even though you know what I'm saying, you want to trade. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I seen that swap fee. That's what it was because I'm looking at it now. It says swap fee, like swap.
Yeah, and then you probably get them, and you get them on all of them because basically you're technically keeping the trade in overnight, right?
Okay.
That's why I always, again, I use take profit one so I can get in within a few hours and not go over that. But now knowing that, the time frame of our broker, when trades come in at 4, I kind of look at them to say, hey, I need to at least get 3 to 4 more pips than normal because of this possible swap fee that's going to come within an hour or 30 minutes, right? But that's a great question and point out. Swap fees. JP, I saw you had came off mute as well. Did you have some input on that?
No, I think y'all knocked it out. I was just going to say also, just be mindful that the broker can change the leverage or the spread too. So unfortunately they do have the ability to do that. So it's not always fair on our end, but the broker, they can do that.
Got you. And I think that would attest to the situation where Sam had a very high lot size on the trade. Of course, it was a demo account, but he was trading at $100 per pip, right? So you can actually, go big or go home very, very quickly at those lot sizes. $100 per pip. 1 pip, you gain $100. 9 pips the wrong way, you negative over $1,000 because of the fee that comes with that high standard as well. Probably $100 fee already included in that. And because of that, if you're at a higher lot size based on your account size, the broker can say, hey, based on your equity, your stop loss may say this, but your account stop loss says this based on your equity. And those are things that can happen. So proper risk management is always key. Always key. 1 to 3% of your account. Cool. Well, I appreciate y'all guys. Those are great questions. Again, the only dumb question is a question that you don't ask, of course. But this, again, is going to be recorded so you can come back and refresh yourself on the pips, pairs, and lots. Because once I ask this again, we got to be sharp on that, right? And we got to be sharp on this, understanding the trade alerts, and also going into our 20 pip and dip strategy soon, guys, okay? So real quick, what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to exit this out real quick. I am going to bring up my full featured chart here. See what's going on. Oh, I forgot I had a mouse right here, y'all. I'm good. All right, so basically what I want to kind of look at, and this is the 5-minute chart. I'm going to take it to the 4-hour chart real quick. All right, I got some lines up here. I'm going to delete them because we're going to create our own. All right, so real quick, ladies and gentlemen, based on the market, what is the market doing right here? Is the market going up or is the market going down? Anybody want to come off mute and tell me?
Feel like it's going up.
Like it's going up, right? All right, so, ooh, right. Looks like it's going up, right? So basically what I would do in this sense is I want to actually see how many points I can touch the wicks, right, with my trend line, right? Because this is basically where we're going right now. The market is going upwards, okay? And I'm basically going to look at creating a channel right here, okay? here's my channel, right? We see it going up, right? We see a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? And higher highs and higher lows mean an uptrend, okay? If we want to see a downtrend, we would see lower lows and lower highs, right? Because this high is lower than the previous high, right? Hopefully that makes sense. And I said that slow enough for y'all to understand, okay? But as of right now, we're looking at this uptrend right here, right? So what I would look at next myself, based on my learnings, is now I want to look at some points of trend lines, okay? Some trend lines here, and I'm going to use blue, right? And I'm going to probably change them once I look at some things. All right, and what I want to do now is I'm actually going to look at, boom, did I make a good decision based on my trend lines, okay? And basically here, I'm able to say, okay, okay, we saw a touch here. We saw a touch right here, okay? We saw a breakthrough here, right? We also saw a breakthrough and a retest right there. Then, of course, we see touches here, right? So I would say this is a strong level, okay? Same thing here, okay? We see a touch, right? We see another touch here. We see a breakthrough and a reset. We see a breakthrough and a retest, I'm sorry. And we see a complete breakthrough here, right? So possibly another strong level, okay? And then we also see our third level here, okay? And then we see our breakthrough. And how many times does it touch, right? We see 3 to 4 touches on each line, if not more. And I could probably go back and you see touches on these same lines, and it looks like they're bouncing off these lines a little bit, right? Now that you go back and look at it, like, hey, Travis, you're actually right. It looks like it's bouncing off these lines, right? You know, it's breaking through, it's coming back, it's bouncing off this one now. Oh, it's touch. This is a perfect entry right here, right? It touches that, boom, you enter that buy, boom, right? You'd have made pips right there. Oh, man. And I'm getting excited just really, you know, looking at this right now, okay? But basically, as I see here, and I'm actually going to put another one probably right here. As we can see, another test, boom, boom, even another one possibly up here. That looks good to me, okay? And basically, we see the trend, right? We see the up, the back, the up, the back, and I'm going to have this channel continue just a little bit right here, all the way up through here, okay? Because basically what we can see next is a few things, right? Because of where we are. As that I'm looking at the trend, I want to see a few things. And this is my prediction based on what I am seeing in the market. Let me get my arrow real quick. Boom. So we could see here, right? We see we hit that level. The next thing that probably going to happen is we're going to see a breakthrough, okay? We're going to see a breakthrough. But before I enter this trade, right, because so many things can happen. We can see this breakthrough, okay? The next thing, before we see it go up again, we're going to see it retest this zone. As we kind of see, this is exactly what happened, right? I'm basically just drawing it ahead of time before it's happened. And this is where you want to enter the market for a buy, right? It's broken through the zone, okay? It retests the zone, which is your second extra confirmation. And now, because, hey, now we're about to do this again, okay? Now we're on the up and up, okay? But also, something else could possibly happen, right? We could see this, and I'm going to change the color of this right now. I'll change the color of this to red. All right, we can see it hit this ceiling, right? And then we can see it break through, okay? But even here, right? Even here, if we see it break through, I'm still going to wait for what? A retest, right? The retests are extra confirmations just to give you an extra confirmation to get into the market. And I attest this to, an example like my wife, right? If there's something that I like, she may not like it. Like, for example, we bought this couch, right? That I liked, she didn't, right? But her cousins and her aunts came over and they said, you know what? I like this couch, right? So after a few times people said that I like this couch, where she didn't at first, now she has extra confirmations of, hey, maybe babe did make the right decision. And that's basically what we're waiting for, is confirmations, okay? Because we see this channel, right? What I want to see, once it touches this line, I want to see this next candle close right up under here, right? Once that candle closes outside of that zone and is breaking that structure, I'm putting in a buy, right? And then that buy could potentially hit this zone, right? Within, what's that? Could be 4, 8, 12, 14 hours per se. This is the 4-hour chart, right? And then it could continue to go through these levels. But if we're going to continue to see it go through these levels, we're going to see what? It finally break through. We're going to also wait for what? A retest, right? And then I believe we can then go down to would be take profit 2, for example, right? And this is what happens in the market when you see a take profit 1, 2, and 3, right? And this is the reason why I usually get to take profit 1, right? Because, hey, I'm getting quick. I'm not waiting for that second retest and then going to take profit 2, right? Because that's going to take a little bit longer. But basically in our live trainings that we have, and this is something you want to practice on, right? And it may not be perfect first. That's why having a free TradingView account to practice and do the things like I'm doing right now is going to be key. And why I usually like to do it on a live training session, so I can kind of follow what the professor is telling us, because these are the professional traders, y'all. I'm not a professional trader, and I don't try to claim to be that. Do I have additional knowledge because I've been doing this for over 3 years? Absolutely, right? And I'm sharing that. But of course, I will always say, hey, listen to the professionals, because that's why they get paid what they get paid to do what they do and service us for it. So before I go to another chart and actually do this again for you all as another tutorial, you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns about what we just looked at and saw? And if so, I can start over.
What does retesting the zone mean?
Got you. And basically it's just that, right? It's retesting it. And basically what it just means is it's just a double confirmation, I would say. So basically we see this as a zone, right? We just need to know, what is that zone doing? Is it a floor or is it a ceiling? Okay. And that's a great question. I'm glad you asked that question. I appreciate you asking. Let me clean this up real quick for you and basically kind of look at what that is. So basically we know this is a zone. As I stated, it can be a ceiling, right, where it hits it and bounces down, or it can be a new floor, right? But that's why we need that quote unquote retest or that extra confirmation. Because if we see this break through the zone, which is a strong zone,
right,
I'm not sure if it's going all the way up yet, right? But so that's why I don't get in. I wait for it to retest that zone, right? Which is then it's going to touch the zone again. Now, when it touched it, I need to see what that candle does. And hopefully I can draw this up for us. Man, hopefully I can do this. I'm going to see if I can do this, John.
So, Travis.
Yeah.
So on a chart, you always wait for the retest, right, to get in a buy or a sell, right? Not always, but like for that confirmation, for that comfortable zone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I would, right?
Yeah.
And basically, as I was saying, once it breaks through, because you can have something called a fake out, right? I know, bruh, man, people outside with fireworks, bro. Like by my window, my fault, y'all. I paused. But,
Oh, you thought they was getting busy out there.
Bruh, all I had to do was, you know me, man. I'm from downtown Newport News, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to it but to do it, baby. Real talk. But yeah. So what I would do is wait for that extra confirmation, and I'm trying to just figure out another word for retest. It's not coming to me right now, so I'm just trying to slowly explain it, and hopefully it makes sense. But basically, because we can get a pump fake, right? Like basketball, like pump fake, you think he gonna shoot it, but he don't shoot it, right? And that's what the market could do to us. It could pump fake us like it's going up and then come back down, right? So once it hits the zone, I need to see where it closes at, right? This candle. So if the candle closes under, right, I know it's a sell, right? But if it breaks here and the candle closes up here, I know it's a buy, right? That gives me that extra confirmation, right? You know, and that's when you really know when to get in or when not to get in the market. And hopefully that made sense.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Got you. Cool. Great question. Also, thank you for asking that.
No problem. Appreciate it.
Nah, no doubt. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Anybody want to see? You heard them? Did it wake her up? I know, like, yeah. I'm sorry, my wife and my 2-year-old got a little nervous and fireworks that coming in. But yeah, they was like right by the window. It was too close for comfort, y'all. You know, please. Oh man. But all right. So Justin, you in the spot the 20 pippers right now, or should I go to another chart?
Looks like a trade just came through.
Oh, I'm glad somebody said that.
Yep.
EUR GBP.
Euro GBP. Cool.
They just dropped the trade.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a buy.
Oh yeah,
it's a buy. EUR GBP.
Yeah. So whoever own that right now, y'all go ahead.
I'm
about to go ahead. I'm gonna look at it on the chart too.
Yeah. Pull it up, Travis.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna put my trade in first, though.
Yeah.
Big facts. You know.
And Key, tomorrow morning, I'm gonna hook you up with your how to set up your demo account, so you can see like what we talk about. Like everybody talk about the trade that was just dropped. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and if we got a second, once I put this trade in, I can actually show them how to do it right now too.
Oh yeah.
Time for it. Euro GBP buy, right? Yep.
Yeah.
A Euro.
All right. Yeah. So again, what I like to call my strategy is the quick trigger strategy. So what I do is I come in the market and I go ahead and put the trade in, and then I modify my stop loss and take profits. Because a lot of times I notice that we try to put the stop loss and the entry point in, which may take a few moments, and then we could actually potentially miss some pips. Whereas, you can get in the trade right now, and now I can just go ahead and modify Euro GBP trades 89881 for my stop loss. All right. Let me know when everybody in. Did everybody get in the trade?
Yeah, I'm definitely in. All right, I'm in there too. Cool. All right, so right now we're looking at the Euro GBP, and basically we're looking at a buy, right? We're looking at a buy, and let's see why. Okay. Well, if I'm looking at the overall trend of the market, I am seeing a uptrend. If I'm looking at it there, let me look at my horizontal line. I want to put this right here. I want to put another one probably about right here. I got some action about down here. And we got some action up here, right? And as you guys can see with my bowling bands, my Bollinger Bands, I'm sorry. Basically, these just kind of show the outer shell, right? So a lot of times you will see once it hits the top, it comes back to touch the bottom. It touched the bottom, it goes back to the top, right?
Again, it kind of shows the tunnel that it's inside of. So what we can see here, we did see it touch here, right? And we see it stuck in that consolidation. But as you guys can see, right, based on what we've seen here, when it's touched this the last few times, what has it done? It went up. Touch it again, it went up. Touch it again, shoot, take profit 1, take profit 2. You see what I'm saying? Now, basically, it looks like it's retesting that level zone again, right? So I'm pretty sure our take profit 1 is probably somewhere in this level. Let me see. What take profit is 9035. So actually, it's we getting some quick pips. We ain't even trying to get nothing crazy, right? So our profit is actually only about right here. But what we really could see, it go to 907 zone. Let me see if that was one of our other take profits. Yep, 90841. So actually about right here is where our next take profit 2 is. Okay, so I'm pretty close, and that's kind of why I like doing this. Able to get pretty close with stuff like this. It does not let me move it. Oh man, it's making me copy these Jones. I don't want to copy it. Cool. All right. So basically, yeah, it definitely, based on what we're seeing, we are possibly seeing a buy. Our stop loss is 89801, which is about right here, which will basically show, and the reason why it's there, let me change the color on this one, make it red, the stop loss. And again, the reason why it's there is because anytime it's broken through here, right, it stopped here, right, for the last few times. So if it hits here, then we know that, hey, it's reversal, and it's probably going to hit this last level of floor right here, right? But based on our trade alert, and based on it touching the outer Bollinger Band, I definitely do see it at least hitting. This is usually what take profit 1 looks like, and probably why it's 90358. Because your take profit 1 would be your middle, or that middle, or that 50 moving average, which is somewhat the exact middle of your trend, right? We can see take profit 1 right here, and that's kind of why this is more of a zone, take profit 1, and why we can see take profit 2 or 3 being that outer level. But again, this could take a little bit longer on a 4-hour chart, getting from here all the way to here. So doing that, you may see those swap fees if we're going for take profits 2 and 3. Whereas in my experience, going for take profit 1, you're in and out of the market within sometimes minutes or a few hours, rather than holding trades over to the next day or 2 days. That makes sense, y'all?
Yeah. Hey, Travis.
Yep.
What is that? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. What is the solid squiggly line? Because I see the wicks or whatever, the candlestick things.
Mm-hmm.
What is the solid squiggly line though? Is that just kind of showing the trend of where it's going, or what? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, the squiggly green line or the black one?
Let me look. Hold on. Yeah, the green and black.
Got you. So the green, they are called Bollinger Bands. Okay.
Bollinger Bands.
Yeah, I got you. Hold on real quick. Oh man, my mouse ain't acting right. Hold on. Give me 1 second. We're gonna do this together, y'all. Boom, watch this. Bollinger Bands. All right, and basically, like I said, I'm gonna read it verbatim. Bollinger Bands are envelopes plotted at a standard deviation level, above and below a moving average, right? So this is the distance, and the distance of the bands is based on a particular deviation that you can choose, and it adjusts to the validity and swings in the underlying price. So basically, like I was saying, it is a standard deviation based on the middle, right? This black line is basically the median, right? And these standard deviations, I have it at the 20 and I close at 2. As you can see, this is the channel that the trend is moving inside of, right? So the Bollinger Bands itself could be a signal, right? So as you can see here, once we see it touch one of the outer bands, it quickly moves back to the center to the opposite band, right? If you kind of see that trend, right? Once it hits the top, kind of swings back to the middle, bottom, swings back to the middle, top, right? We see it here, swings back to the middle, hits that bottom again. And basically it's just like an outer shell, right? And it's just something additional that I've added to my charts for additional confirmation, right? So when I see a trade and I can immediately see the Bollinger Band touch, then hey, that's one confirmation that more than likely it hit its outer shell, and each time I see it's done that, it moves toward the middle, which is take profit 1, and could potentially go to the other side, which is take profits 2 and 3.
Okay, thanks.
Makes sense. Cool. And like I said, this black line is what we call a moving average. So the 50, so again, it's basically the middle of the trend, right? That middle average, right? So if I was just looking at a linear chart instead of the candles, it'll look something like this rather than with the candlesticks. And actually, let me type that in right here as well. Moving average. Oh, moving average and Bollinger Band. And this isn't an exponential moving average. We also got exponential moving averages. But the moving average is a simple technical analysis tool that smooths out price data by creating a constantly updated average price, right? Like I was saying, it's like the median, the middle. The average is taken over a specific period of time. For example, like 10 days, 20 minutes, or 30 weeks, or any time period the trader chooses. So you can actually choose to have a 50 MA. And I like to use that one. Some people use the 200 and the 100 and use certain strategies after that. And I'm about to show you one right now, actually. I'm about to show you one. Let me see how to add this one. This. All right, what a moving average. Let me close this out. Boom. All right, so type. All right, moving average. I'm gonna get 1. I'm gonna get 2. All right. So my first moving average, I'm gonna change this to be. Let me see what color I want. We're going. That yellow doesn't look good. All right, not too bad. Once it's bold, this color we're gonna do orange. We're gonna call this purple. Just for that. Let me see. Cool. All right, so what I'm about to do right here, I'm going to put my inputs. So I'm going to make this the 4. All right, I'm going to, for example, make this 50. Okay, and I am going to delete that. And I want to delete some of these other ones. Why does this keep doing that? Keep making me add trend lines. It's so weird. But for example, let's look at, as you guys can see, this yellow line, right? You guys can see the black line, and we can see the purple line, okay? So what some people do, and I'm not saying this is a strategy, this is not a strategy that I currently use, but it is something I've heard of, right? You know, once we look at certain charts, for example, of, you know, and what we've seen, so as you guys can see, this purple line, which is the 50, right? This 50 actually is crossing up on this black line, okay? So with my trade being a buy, and I see this trend line crossing my other trend line going up, that's again second or third confirmation, right? And this is just me putting, charts together, for, educational purposes. We already know this is a trade that it's already been called to buy, and the confirmation is just telling me this should be a buy based on the trends that we've seen. And as you guys can see, looking at my trend lines, right? Once it touched this place anyway, it's gone up, right? We see it right here. We see it break through, right? And you see that red one. What did that red one do? It retested. It broke through going up. It came back down. It retested. Then that candle right here is what I'm waiting on. That candle right here, then what? Closes above, right? That's why I said we go on to buy. We catch them pips right there. Take profit 1, okay? We see it come back and retest again. We can enter again. We can enter a buy again. We can enter a buy again. Now we got the opportunity to enter the buy, right? And what we're seeing is the possible take profit 1, breakthrough retest, take profit 2. And this is probably what it's going to look like. My arrows, all right? Probably going to look like this, right? Okay, you can see that breakthrough, boom. And then we see that, right? Before we get to take profit 2, right? That's why a lot of times I'm in take profit 1, take profit 2. We could see it even maybe retrace back up in here, do a fake out, and then boom, right? Or this could be a new ceiling, and it could take profit here, and then, or even do something just like this, right? So those are the possibilities. But what I do see, it does confirm that we should be hitting take profit, 1, at least, getting some pips in there. I try to get at least 10 to 15 pips, and get out of the market. Simple as that. Again, oatmeal is better than no meal. And if you can add up, for example, today in my trade, I had 3 trades in. Out of the first 2 trades, I took $3 profit, right? Hey, I'm gonna take those $3. That's 10 pips on the 30-cent lot. I'm taking it. And I took 2 of the 3, so I had about $6 in profits. That third trade, I moved my stop loss to break even. Okay, and let me see if I can kind of explain what that looks like. Why is these Jones stuck like this? Man, I really don't know why it does that.
Hey, Travis.
Yep.
To break even on the mobile MetaTrader 4 joint, right? Basically, you take the stop loss and put it where the TP goes, right?
Nah, break even means you put your stop loss to where you enter that. That's
Okay.
breaking even, right?
All right.
So basically, you will be able to see what your entry point is on your MetaTrader 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm bringing mine up so I can kind of look at it as well. Right, so like Euro GBP, the first number is your entry point. The number that your arrow is pointing to is where the market is at now. Okay, so say for example, my entry point shows 0.90209. So once my trade gets close to take profit 1, right, what I would then do is change that stop loss from 0.89881 that they gave us. Now I'm going to move it to 90219. And the reason why I'm going to put it at 219 is because of that spread, right? So which means, I'm still going to be in position to at least get 1 pip if all else fails. So a little better than break even. I'm at least get 10 cents, if that makes sense, right? So some type of profit. That's what I call break even, in my opinion. But a trailing stop, what you could do is, for example, if that trade breaks here, boom, and then retest, and now you're in the trade, now it's up here, you can then move your stop loss to take profit 1, right? Which means if all else fails, you're going to get those 10 to 15 pips, right? Because this thing could continue to even go past that, right? And that's what Justin, and definitely go back and watch the video Justin put in the chat, on the trailing stop as well, because that can help you, you know, catch the good ones and get a little bit more pips on the ones that we are getting. You know, that's why that third trade of mine, instead of me getting $3, I actually got $13 by actually putting it to break even, and actually now putting it at stop loss, take profit 2 before I went to sleep, right? And then I went to sleep. You know, it gave me peace of mind knowing once I laid down, no matter what happens, I already took $6 in profit, right? And if this trade doesn't do anything, I'm gonna at least get 10 more cents, right? I'm sorry, at this point, 30 cents for that trade, right? But what happened was I got $13, right? So I got 13 more dollars, would allow me to get $20 collectively on those 3 trades, right? And then again, $20 per trade. Shoot, you get 2 to 3 of those a day. You know, you're in a position to somewhat, you know, supplement your full-time income, you know, if you're currently working a job, whatever you're doing right now. But that's cool. So y'all, any comments, questions, concerns? Cool. I really want to give y'all that right now for everybody, and that basically is going to conclude our training when it we look at our support, our resistance, and also creating our own trend lines for the day. We even discussed, you know, a little bit on Bollinger Bands, and what I am going to do, I don't have my pen, but I'm going to actually bring in you know, some Bollinger Bands and moving averages on our Tuesday call next week, so we can talk about it a little bit more in depth as well. What I do want to do real quick as well. So basically, like I said, if we don't have any more questions around the trading aspect of things, what I do want to do is share something that I will be utilizing. And I want to talk about real quick when it comes to the, I would say the networking side, I guess. You know, I know everybody in the group, you know, saw the recent post, you know, I'm excited about, but not as excited, you know. And the reason why I say that is because I get excited to see other people's successes more than I see my own successes, right? So until I see Josh, DJ, India, and Tay and Quinn sitting at $500 a month collectively each, that's when, you know, I celebrate. But it's reality, right? And I want to share with y'all, you know, the possibilities of what it does to connect and help people like I'm doing right now, learn the skill set of trading, right? You know, I'm able to teach, do things I like to do, you know, answer questions. I'm here to learn as well. You're never too old to learn and you're never too young to teach, you know, but being able to just help, you know, I surpassed the 10, and like I said, there's about 12 people on the team now. And now I'm getting a residual of $500 a month, which pays out at $125 a week, right? So that alone is now money I can actually put back into my broker account, right? And actually, you know, increase my equity and not increase my risk. And I'm gonna repeat that, and I want y'all to write this down. Do not increase your risk, increase your equity, right? Which means you're still 1% to 3% no matter your account. So if you have a $100 account, you're only risking $1 to $3, right? You would never risk $4 to $5 on a $100 account. What you would do is actually add $200 more. Now you have a $300 account. Now guess what? Your 1% to 3% is what? $3 to $6, right? So again, you increase your equity, never your risk. When you increase your risk, you put your account at risk. Okay, and that's not what we're here to do. We're here to compound and grow our money efficiently in a smart way. So cool. And what I wanted to share now, because our back office is actually still going through some maintenance, I'm actually excited I was able to get in. I know I've had some issues the past few days, kind of getting in on a late night when I'm trying to go over some things. But what I wanted to share is a Google's form that I created. And I created this because I listen to millionaires, right? I take feedback from people that I will actually trade places with, right? So if you're taking feedback from someone, I dare you, I challenge you to look at this person and say, hey, would I trade places with this person? If your answer is no, then you should not be taking any type of feedback, you know, from this person, period, right? If this is somebody that has what you want out of life, some of your goals, they already have these things tangible, or they're working towards them, those are people you want to listen to and take advice from. So, and the reason why I say that is because Miss Megan Lynch, she is at $50,000 per month in residual income. You know, so when it comes to connecting, especially that I want to help my people, you know, eat as well, you know, I need to be listening to people that are doing this and have the proven structure of how to do this, right? So even that the back office is down, you can create a Google form, which is free to do, and it gives you a link that you can send to your people who may be interested, so you can start creating your list, right? Or being able to gauge some of your friends and family, or people outside of that. So example, this just says, hey, you know, Trendz Nation legend, right? Get in position to make change, right? I need your email address, your name. I need to, as you guys can see, some duplicates, so I need to change some stuff. Your mobile, you know, have you heard about forex before? Have you ever had to exchange currency traveling to a different country? You know, the reason why I put this here is because some people have never heard of forex, but actually are involved in forex. You know, a lot of people here, you know, may not have heard about forex before, but if you have a bank account, you're a part of forex, period, right? Because your bank exchanges your money and makes money off your money, but they only give you that 0.0 something percent per year, right? And even in section 2, how to put your money to work for you in less than 10 minutes. Watch this video now. This is the 10-minute intro video. Of course, I love it. It's less than 10 minutes. You know, if people don't have 10 minutes of time to really, you know, think about what their future holds, then they're probably not the type of people you want, you know, to join you anyway, right? And that's okay, right? We only look for OQP, which is only quality people, okay? You know, and it's not about money. You know, if it's about money, you may be willing to deal with anybody and a mama, you know, to get to a rank, not me, right? I like to talk, I like to connect, you know, I like to, you know, hear about your values, you know, your goals, because if those things align, I know we'll be able to work together for a long time and do some legendary stuff, right? And I said it right here, heroes get remembered, but legends never die. Can anybody tell me where that quote comes from? Heroes get remembered, but legends never die. Come on, man. I know y'all know, man.
Man, I feel like I should know this.
Bruh, Sandlot, baby.
That's right.
Come on, man. You remember when he was in the room? He was getting them PF flyers. You know what I'm saying? To get right. He's like, yo, babe in there, like, yo, heroes get remembered, but legends never die, B. And that's true. You know, and of course, some simple questions that you want to ask, right? And this is also for people who want to build but don't know how to build. And it's simple, right? We don't beg anyone to do anything, right? I don't explain myself to anybody about why you should be trading, right? Because I already know that 99.9% of people need what? More money, right? Or how to multiply money, right? We need to learn this skill, period, because this is a skill set. I watched a video today where the dude said, bro, I don't promote Tradera anymore because I don't have to. You see what I'm saying? I don't have to promote it, right? The $100 speaks for itself, right? You're not going to get that value anywhere else, period, right? And you're learning a skill set, and they focus on learning a skill in our back office, right? And you ask, you know, what do you like most about the video? The reason why you ask what do you like most is because we live in a negative world, which means we're so quick to say or ask the question, what do you think? And the first thing people are going to say is probably going to be something negative because that's how we're built. So now you force the person to say something that is actually positive about it, right? And when you say something positive, you know, most of the time we can relate to it, right? Either, hey, I'm in this to build, you know, if I can't relate it, hey, I know a lot of people that are in here for that because they see that vision. You know, I'm here to trade. Simple as that, right? So, you know, if somebody aligns and say, you know what, that aligns with my values, my goals, that makes sense. So my next question is, can you see yourself doing this, right? And of course, if they say yes, you know, we say, hey, well, when would you like to start? You know, they say no, and say, hey, are there any questions that I may be able to assist you with, right, to help you understand, right? Some people are going to say maybe if I can get help, right? And this is where a lot of people are really at, is really at maybe, because a lot of people say, man, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. It looks like classic, that Mr. Hayden arithmetic, geometry, calculus all mixed in one. I don't know what the hell is going on. And I don't want to do this by myself. And that's why having a team like we have, where no one, has to do this alone, where we can actually help each other, is so important, right? So, a lot of times you're able to help people get off that fence to say, hey, yo, it's only $100, right? You spent $150 at the alley last night trying to buy drinks, right? Or to get a section. I think that's what it's called or something like that. So, it's simple to get in, right? It's simple to do, but you got to have that why. And then again, when would you like to start, right? And basically what happens is people they will answer these questions. I will simply be able to see responses here, right? And because of the information they're given, I can do what? Follow up, right? And the fortune is in the follow-up, right? You're going to have people who are going to say yes. Hey, you want to connect with them, get them set up immediately, with your referral link. And again, I'm doing this because, we're not going to be back up and running basically until the 7th. And what I'm positioned to do is have everyone launch, right? So everyone on the team, what I'm doing, and me and Justin are going to be talking about, and some of the other leaders on the team, is actually on July the 10th, actually having a full-blown Trendz Nation launch. Basically a virtual call, right? Where I would ask everyone that's a part of the team to invite 10 people, right? 10 personal people, just invite them to the call, right? They're not here to sign up, and it simply asks to say, hey, you're my friend, right? You my homegirl, right? I need your favor. I need a favor, right? Do you mind joining this virtual call with me on this day at this time? I just need you to listen, because that's really all we need to do. All we need to do is make sure we are exposing people to this for 2 reasons. One, because we're here, which means we know 99% of people need this. Or once we get rich, we don't want our friends and family to say, why you ain't tell me? You see what I'm saying? And that's one thing I know about my family and friends. Can't none of them say, hey, I ain't know, right? And that's what's not going to happen, right? Because, a lot of people didn't think, you can make $500, dollars a month. It's really simple, right? I'm learning a skill, I'm trading, and I'm connecting with quality people and helping other people do the same thing, right? And I'm going to go to my next rank simply because I'm going to help 5 to 10 people do what I just did, right? And people are going to reach out to me. People are going to reach out to you. Leverage it. A lot of people are waiting for someone else to join me before they join me, right? Which is crazy, but that's life. Okay, and I just wanted to kind of share that with y'all because I know we have traders and I know we have builders in our team, and I want to be able to be a mentor and a consultant for everyone, no matter what your goals and values are of how you're going to use our products and services. Just know you have someone here for you that can help you. Building, that's really, Justin is a network marketer. That's why we're yin and yang, right? The technical analysis, I get jittery. I get so excited when I get to go and look at the GBP USD and look at the chart. So slowing that down for me was actually tough because I could just keep going and keep going. And I know I could start saying some lingo that nobody's going to understand, right? And that's not what I want to do. But that's just something I have here. And I actually want to show everybody the other Google form because this is going to be I have an event coming up actually in Newport News coming on the 8th. My homeboy's looking to actually, make some moves in the area. So I'm looking to probably be down there sooner than later for a career fair. Let me see this other one. Let me see. This is taking some time now. Okay, maybe I didn't save something. It looks like I didn't save something right. Just want to show y'all this other one. I think this one is pretty tight that I wanted to share. Hopefully I didn't just delete it. If I did, oh well. Okay, there it is. So the event registration And the reason why I like this is because I can add, my leaders' names here. And basically I can then know, or we can then tally who got their 10 people invited, right? Because if you're telling me we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 100 people on the call, right? 100 people on the call, there's no way out of your 10 that you don't get 1 or 2 people who are wanting to sign up. That's just going to get you a step closer to your 3 and free, or possibly to your next rank, right? At that point. And that's what we're looking to do. To now that we're in $100, hey, we got it. But of course, if we can get it for free, why not take advantage of getting it for free? And then if we want to take advantage of more money, right? Guess what? We can take it to another level than helping our 3 get their own 3, and just continue to repeat that process to help our people get free. And that's really the goal, to get free. Anything we do, whether it's financial freedom or help our people even save that $99, right? We automatically are saving people on average $80 just for signing up with us automatically. And the reason is Josh can attest to it, where other companies, you may have to sign up with $200+ up front, right, to trade, and then $160 to $180 per month, right? So automatically you're already saving that extra $135 up front, your first month, and $60 a month automatically, just for joining our team, guys. So and you get to connect with us, Team Trendz here, myself, Justin, who has been in network marketing, or the network marketing industry, the trading industry for almost 7 to 8 years plus, and I just know 7 to 8 years of trading, but I know he has a background working in a bank on a trading desk, as well, when he was about 18 to 19, if I'm correct. These are just some forms and some things we utilize, because just because we're down doesn't mean we're out, right? And this is the thing, when you hit obstacles, what are you going to do, right? A lot of people say, man, I can't get in the back office. I can't do nothing. And I'm going to say this, and I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but you got to be shitting me if you think that, right? And the reason why I say that is because those are loser thoughts, period. Don't even let those losing thoughts come into your mind, because there's always something you can do, right? There's always something you could be researching, learning, you could be doing, learning a presentation, right? Sharing it to others, taking names, right? Taking email addresses. So when the 7th comes, like, hey, I know we talked. I know you saw this a few times. Hey, I know you see yourself doing this, right? Okay, so when are you ready to get started? They say ASAP. Hey, let's go ahead and send them this link, right? They say, hey, in about a week, cool. Well, I'll follow up with you on the 12th. Is that cool? Bet. Simple as that. Very smooth. There's no push. There's, hey, I'm just doing what you told me you was gonna do. In a sense. Again, we don't push anybody. We don't beg anybody, because if we have to push and beg, we're going to have to push and beg them to do everything once they join. And that's not going to be a very, very good experience. Cool. But it's now 10:23. I kind of covered a lot. Hopefully it was seamless. It was efficient. Hopefully y'all got some nuggets from that today on all aspects of things. Justin, did you have anything to add?
No, boss. I think you pretty much cleared everything, covered everything. I just want to say thanks for making my job so much easier tonight. Kudos to everybody that joined the call tonight and stayed on the call and really just came to learn, man, because this is a skill set. Obviously, we're talking about networking as well, but the trading aspect, guys, is a skill set. Obviously, it is not developed overnight. But when you add the network marketing side, guys, is a match made in heaven. You're not going to have great weeks every week trading. But, if you can still bank on it consistently, a certain amount of income coming in just from referring people to something that you knew you would do. I always tell people, if you wouldn't refer this to your mom, then, you're probably in the wrong business, right? If you wouldn't refer it to your parents or your, people that you're close to, then don't do it. Right. But if you would, then tell somebody about it. Right. And so I believe everybody here is in their right place where they feel like this is something that they would share really with people that they're close to. And, I just implore everybody to do it. Don't think for people, let people make their own decisions and you just see the benefit from it. So That's all I got tonight, man. I appreciate you so much. I'll turn it back over to you.
Gotcha. I appreciate you, boss. Appreciate everything you do. I know being a family man, husband, like myself, but also a, life insurance, investor and investment specialist. He has all the licenses when it comes to the financial services, and that's why I'm glad to be in partnership with him, as well, because where my opportunities are his successes, and vice versa. So I always appreciate that and appreciate you. And that's how we build a team. But are there any round tables? For example, is there any other questions, concerns, comments that everyone may have? DJ, let me know if you got anything. He's probably good. India, any round tables?
Yes.
Yeah, what you got? You got any comments, questions, or concerns? Anything you want to add before we end the call?
No, I don't.
Got it.
Everything was done well. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. What about you, Mr. Humble?
No, I'm good, bro.
Appreciate it.
Hey, Travis, I'm sorry, this DJ.
Go ahead.
I just want to thank you guys for taking your time to really show us all of this stuff and instruct us, and just being vessels, really, because it's a lot of information to learn, and to have like 2 people or 3 people who are able to dissect it and also encourage is great. So thank you guys.
No problem. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, Mr. Perkins, you got anything?
No, sir. I feel the way DJ feels. I appreciate y'all.
Hey, no doubt. We appreciate you. Appreciate allowing us to lead, y'all. We definitely appreciate it. Quinn, you got anything for me? Quinn, you got anything?
Nah, I don't have anything.
Got you. Okay, y'all. Well, again, I appreciate everybody, and this is going to be recorded. I should have the recording, if not up tonight, by sometime before noon tomorrow. And put in a group chat so you can come back and, kind of refresh some things on the pips, pairs, and lots, right? Because come Tuesday, again, I'm probably going to have somebody on who can pull up the charts and practice some support and resistance on Tuesday as well. So again, be on the lookout for that. And again, continue to, share, invite people, connect them to me, Justin, and let us help you close those individuals, and everybody get 3, everybody gets free. All right, and let's keep going. So again, I appreciate everybody. Y'all already know how I end this. I want to see everybody at the top, because it's the bottom, y'all, that is way too crowded. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Thank y'all again.